All right, that should settle everything down. Sorry about that, folks. We tried to run real hard. We turned up. We went, Bomber. That was the epitome of taking.
We went 4K.
Yeah, we went. Well, that was the epitome of taking a car and never having driven a stick before and going right into fourth gear.
I don't know what that means. I've never driven a stick before.
You can't handle that. You just can't handle it.
That analogy over my head, OSU right now. But what we missed, let's catch everybody up on what's going on. The Giants, pick 6, Dak Prescott on that first drive. The Cowboys come back. Now they're driving on the 39-yard line. So the Cowboys got the ball first. Quick pick 6, 7-0 on the board. Cowboys still with the ball. Now they're moving the chains. 3:55 left in the first.
Just to give everybody a little insight, as Dak Prescott rolls out to the right side, he finds a man on the sidelines, toe tapping, but can't get it in. You can see this number right here. We were running about 26% right now. We were trying to run it at 1080, 60 frames to both YouTube and Twitch. That number was not really at 23, it was closer to 80. That's probably why everybody was getting booted out. So, and we're back. It should be stable. Everyone should be fine. You know, you test things out, things roll. 2nd and 10 for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's a little counter play for Ezekiel Elliott. Not a whole lot there as the Giants defense able to come up with the tag. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10, but Eli Apple has the points on the board for the New York Giants. And this is a guy who got victimized a little bit in the last game, Bomber. We saw Eli Apple match up one-on-one against the Redskins, and he really seemed to be soft in coverage. It seems like they made a major adjustment today.
Yeah, absolutely. He seems to just be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more comfortable. But more importantly, he's playing against a lot less talented of a wide receiver core. Don't sleep on Wayne Whiteside and that Washington Redskins wide receiver core. They're actually pretty good. Record doesn't stay otherwise as far as determining wins.
Yeah.
But they're not bad.
3rd and 10, Dak Prescott in the shotgun. Looks over to the left side. Tight man coverage. It is batted away, and that's
There's that man again.
And Dak Prescott, let's point out to start this game, 2 of 6 with an interception, and that was a throw that didn't need to be made. The man coverage was really tight, and Dak Prescott maybe trying to do a little too much early in this ballgame.
Yeah, and Eli Apple with another play on the left sideline right there. That's him coming down and swatting the ball as the Cowboys are going to have to settle for 3 here. Kind of a long field goal, 7-3 here for the New York Giants. That drive, stalling out right there. That's my concern with the Dallas Cowboys. When you lack offensive firepower, you get into situations like 3rd and 10 on a 39-yard line. There's just not enough space behind you. You saw Dak earlier, the play-action boot. He's using the over-the-top space to kind of open up intermediate to kind of deep routes. But it doesn't work as you get compacted, as you get closer and closer to the end zone. And that's why this team often stalls out around the 39, 25-yard line. That's where you really have to have some kind of bread and butter plays that kind of bust through into the red zone.
Yeah, now, but 7-3, good job getting points out of that drive for the Cowboys. We can see the Giants' offense for the first time today. Getting that defensive touchdown early has kept the offense on the sideline. And Davis Webb's having a fantastic season, Bombers. Those stats pop up, 71% completion percentage, 1,679 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions, plus 8 in the turnover category. As Davis Webb rolls out to the right side, and just as I was giving him props, he goes out and throws a dead duck on the right side. But Webb has done an impressive job, Bomber, not turning the ball over and not giving the other team extra possessions.
Yeah, he absolutely has. He's kind of finding himself back into that MVP Davis Webb form. We remember we started this Madden 18 cycle in NBL Season 26. It is now Season 31, but as a rookie in NBL Season 26, Davis Webb was our most valuable player.
Yeah.
It's taken him a while to kind of find his groove. He did have a sophomore slump, believe it or not, but he seems to be doing just fine right now.
Webb looks over to the left side. Sterling Shepard sitting there all alone, and it looks like he'll probably get the first down at the 32-yard line. Nope, they're going to call him just short. Seemed like he was able to get over the line and then ran back by himself. Sterling Shepard's been a real surprise here, Bomber. A nice third option on this offense.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't like Sterling Shepard as a third option? A guy goes down like Ben Stokes. He steps in and fills the gap for this team, next man up kind of mentality, and then you surround that with Evan Ingram. So a lot of options here.
Well, and on 3rd and inches, they headed to the other member of this explosive offense, Marlon Petway. Bomber Petway had an explosive last couple of playoffs, really stormed onto the scene, and has established himself as a top 5 running back in the NBL.
Yeah, so you're looking at a high-powered offense. They got a top 5 running back, arguably the top wide receiver or a top 3 wide receiver in the game with Odell Beckham. Ben Stokes probably the best number 2 in the game, as a nice little out route to the right side finds the man we were talking about earlier, Sterling Shepard. Arguably the best third option on any team. And Evan Ingram at tight end, I said he's just so fast and versatile. You got a former MVP at quarterback. And Marlon Petway, how special was he when they went on that Super Bowl run, NBL season 29? I mean, there's just so much talent here. I don't even know where to begin or where to end. Let's just say this Giants team can put up 40 any given night.
First and 10 for the New York Giants. Hand off to Marlon Petway over the left side. Good collapse there to make sure Petway didn't hit that hole, because if he got into the second level, he was gone and still running as Collins with the tackle there. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
And Mr. Chunky in the chat right now saying, I like the Petway graphic. That was nice. Some nice shout-outs going to the Adobe After Effects that we're using right now on our NBL Live program.
Big shout-out to our very own Sonny Weaver for some of those graphics, as Evan Ingram with the catch on the left side. He'll get up past the first down marker. Nice play there by Davis Webb, just taking what the defense gave him. Sonny Weaver does all those After Effects graphics for us, and you know, adds a little dimension to the Twitch broadcast.
Creating dimensions. Maybe he shouldn't be the creative director. Maybe the creative dimension or something like that. Maybe it fits. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Potentially something that maybe he'd want on his NBL profile on 365.maddenbomberleague.com.
First and 10, play action. Wow, that was a long developing play action on the draw, and Reeves Maben was not fooled at any point. It's a loss of 9 on the play, and Bomber right there, a head-scratching play call.
Yeah, nice play there by former Detroit Lion. He was our left outside linebacker, playing right outside linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. Jalen Reeves Maven always had the speed and always had the head between the ears game, man. So nice job by him.
2nd and 19, deep throw over the middle to Evan Ingram, and boy, dangerous throw into triple coverage. Got to ask you, Bomber, did the Detroit Lions just love players with 3 names? You had Reeves Maben, you had KGH. Do you just like the 3 names? Is it like the serial killer sort of naming system?
I don't know. That was just out-of-box stuff. No, actually, I brought in KGH. So KGH definitely, maybe we do, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Back him on the out route. There it is. Right there. It's the easiest read right there. When you don't have anybody underneath trying to cut off that out route, you can really audible to that one. And Odell Beckham catches it just past the sticks for 24 yards.
Yeah, nice throw right there. Nice out route. Got to do better against it. The cover 4 contain. I think a lot of people see cover 4 and they think, man, this is great pass coverage. Yeah. I actually don't like it. You can still split the safeties, and you get the out routes, the one-on-one coverage deep down the field. That probably wasn't the best zone to call in that situation if you are the Dallas Cowboys.
First and 10. Davis Webb rolling out to the right side, looking for some room, and I think he's going to take off and dive and get tackled. Probably don't like seeing Davis Webb taking hits like that, but he gets the first down at the 11-yard line. Yeah, a lot of people see cover 4. They think because they see the 4 deep coverage bubbles, it looks like a great passing defense, but there are some big holes in that. It really is good at keeping things in front of you, though.
I like it for a defensive against the run. I think it does a great job shooting all the gaps and giving great protection against the run. A lot of different runs. I actually like it cover 4 inside the red zone, inside the 10. There's a lot of opportunities here to shoot the gap for the defense, but running it on a deep 3rd and long, I just don't see it, because here's the issue. You can split the safety at the top, as cover 3 gives you a single high, right? So you're covering, taking away the post. I just feel like you're giving up way too much with the cover 4. And I know previous Maddens actually probably did work as a drop coverage, but as Madden gets more realistic, it just seems to have a lot more holes than it does, than it really you'd want it to have.
Davis Webb on 2nd and 11, looks underneath. He finds Kelly, missed tackle, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants, as Kelly breaks out the now 2-year-old Nene for the dance. It's not the best celebration, but you get to do what you want when you find your way into the end zone.
Yes, EA, please update the dances, man, especially when you're going to add a dance that you know has no real longevity. I mean, put the moonwalk in there. Something of that sort that's going to have, proven the test of time. But dances that are so hot and cold, I would feel like they need to be adding more in the game as we go. I mean, we get so many updates throughout the season. It'd be nice to have a couple more celebration opportunities.
Put the running man in there. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, there you go.
Put the waltz in there. That's been around since the 1500s. Let's see how that goes. I'm just throwing ideas out.
We still know the name. Yeah, there we go.
I'm just throwing ideas.
Well, we got to start somewhere.
JY wants the Icky Shuffle.
Is that a Bengals thing from like the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay.
1st and 10 for the Dallas Cowboys. Needing an answer here. 5:51 to go in the first half. It's Dak Prescott under center. He'll drop back to pass. Blitz coming. Quick throw to the outside. It's caught. But A, Switzer's down holding his arm, so that could be a huge loss if that is anything serious. Second of all, it looked like Prescott and the Cowboys recognized the almost all-out blitz coming. You'd think they would be able to get more than 7 yards on that play.
Yeah, and if Switzer's out for any long portion of time, this is a guy that has a nice relationship with Dak. He's the only 1,000-yard receiver this cycle for Dak. He's caught 78 passes, 46 passes, and 41 in 3 of the last 5 seasons. This guy is pretty much the go-to guy for Dak Prescott. I think he's really comfortable with him. That could be a big loss if he doesn't return.
Ezekiel Elliott able to pick up the first down on that carry, fighting for the top yards. Now it's a 1st and 10. For the Dallas Cowboys, as Dak Prescott's under center, 2 wide receivers over to the right side. Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield, 5:23 to go in the first half. Looks underneath. It is complete up to the 41-yard line. We're seeing a lot of Bomber when you're talking about as Ryan Switzer looks like he will be able to return. We're seeing a lot of first down man cover 0 blitzes from the New York Giants defense. Dallas has got to pick up on that and start taking some shots.
Yeah, you got Cecil Payne in the cover 0. He's got the speed and athleticism. Get him over the top. Give some protection for Dak. Take that one-on-one shot for an offense that struggles. That's an opportunity to pick up a big gain.
Handoff to Ezekiel Elliott on 2nd down. He'll only get a yard on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Bomber, this seems like one of those crucial moments we may look back on. If Dallas can't convert here, their defense hasn't really been able to handle the New York Giants, and their offense hasn't been able to do much of anything.
Yeah, really not. I mean, that's why those cover 0s taking the shot down the field for a team like this, it's really worth it, because even if it's a 50-50 ball, if you can't move the ball down the field and put points on the board, there's your opportunity.
They're setting up a screen to Elliott, who cuts it back inside, and what a smart play from Ezekiel Elliott. That's why he's one of the best running backs in the game, Bomber. That it's very easy to just run outside. He instead cuts it back inside and lets his blockers do the work and picks up the first down.
Yeah, able to dissect information, count those numbers, and make the play and turn it up the middle.
And Elliott's going to get another carry right up the middle, and he puts the ball on the ground, but it is picked up. Oh, that could have been disaster for the Dallas Cowboys, but luckily that fumble's recovered on the interior, and they gain 8 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, the linebackers for the New York Giants, Eli Apple and this linebacker core have been pretty phenomenal. I've seen them get to the quarterback, get to the halfback, and right there stripping the ball. Great job by Reggie Ragland and crew in blue.
As Dak Prescott drops back on 2nd and 2. Looks over the middle of the field. The man coverage was good, but the catch was a little better at the 27-yard line. He is taken down a tight window, but Payne is able to rip that one away from the defender and pick up a first down.
Yeah, I like that animation. I don't know if we had that in other Maddens, but that's a good animation. That's an Anquan Bolden kind of just bully animation. He just takes the ball essentially from the defender.
And off to over the left side. Going to get up to the 24-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott's finding some tough running lanes right now. Let's take a look at Zeke's stats for the season. 56 carries, 309 yards, 5.5 per carry, and 4 touchdowns. Bomber, and that 5.5 number is right about where the Dallas Cowboys like to see him.
Yeah, that's a good number. That's good for this team. But honestly, if the passing attack has been as horrendous and poor as it's been early in this game, which it looks like by the numbers it hasn't put up too much production, that number needs to be closer to 8 for them to have any real success offensively.
2nd and 7. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Dak Prescott. Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. Tight end goes in motion. Look for the counter play here as they do hand it off to Zeke Elliott over the left side. And the New York Giants able to stop that one for minimal gain. And once again, we're seeing Eli Apple, Bomber. He had the pick 6. He's defended a couple passes. And on the last couple of plays, he's been right up in the play making some tackles.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just been everywhere. He's putting his nose in the dirt. And he's getting inside the box and grinding as well as defending outside. Eli Apple, man, he's been a phenomenal performer early in NBL Live broadcast number 210. Easily the front runner for the NBL Live player of the game.
3rd and 6 for the Dallas Cowboys. Shotgun formation for Dak Prescott. Bunch formation 3 to the right, 1 over to the left side. As he drops back to pass on 3rd and 6. Looking 4-man rush. He's going to roll out. He's going to dump this off underneath. It is complete, but short of the first down marker. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2, and Dallas is going to have to settle for another field goal.
Yeah, it haven't seemed like a missed opportunity. Dak had a man coming across the field. All he had to do was get it to him just a little bit early, and he walks for that first down. I just don't really like the play early from Dak Prescott when you should be continuing to move the chains, and you need to put 6 on the board.
Mr. Chunky in the chat, what is the Giants' record this season? They are 6-0, undefeated in the MBL. Or 6-0? Are they 5-0? What week are we?
Yeah, they're undefeated right now. Yeah. I believe they're at 6-0. I'm checking, double checking right now.
Double checking before. Yeah, they are 6-0. Okay, I was right because I knew the Cowboys were 4-1. I was like, uh-oh, but they have not had their bye yet. Yeah, very, very good so far. Dark Knight in the chat saying still a one-possession game. Absolutely. Cowboys defense is going to have to step up here with 1:58 to go. As Davis Webb's in the shotgun, he's going to drop back to pass.
Nice
First and 10. Looks underneath. Finds Kelly. He's going to be taken down at the 25-yard line, giving him 7 yards on the play. And that's what Davis Webb has done this year, Bomber. He has taken what the defense has given him and not forced too many passes.
Yeah, you got a corner out on the left side, tight bunch with a man leaking to the flat. Simple high-low read right there. He notices Y underneath into the flat, wide open. You also had a delayed drag coming across. Davis Webb gets rid of it quick, makes the right read. He seems to be doing very well right now.
2nd and 3 for the New York Giants. Deep pass over the left side. Oh, no, back gets hit, but Kelly catches it off the deflection, and he's got some room. He's at the 20, the 10, the 4-2, and it's bounce going the way of the New York Giants. Oh, it looked like disaster, and it turned into a dream. Touchdown, Giants.
A disaster. I know as it happened, I was immediately thinking to myself, I just hyped up Davis Webb, and he kind of guts the ball into traffic there, gets tipped up in the air. Usually you think tip pick, but no, it's going to be tip touchdown right now for the New York Giants. And if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you know these things just can't happen to you because your offense is not good enough to overcome these kind of plays. Now you're in a big hole. 1:28 left in the second. You got to get a score before the end of this half.
Man, oh man, 21-6, your score, a fortuitous bounce and a heads-up play by Kelly. Seeing the deflection and catching it in stride and taking it all the way. You know what, Bomber? I think they need to institute assists in this game because Odell Beckham's got to get something for that.
Yeah, he broke up what could have been a potential interception from Davis Webb, kept it alive, popped it up in the air, and out of nowhere comes Gordon Kelly. And he just makes a play. 5'11", $186. He was a 5th-round draft pick. He's 86 speed, 90 excel. I mean, this guy takes forever to get down the field, but it was almost like perfect timing there as the ball got tipped up in the air.
1st and 10 for the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott dropping back to pass on 1st down. Looks over to the left side, and he finds Ryan Switzer, who comes back into the game, makes a big catch, and out of bounds at the 50-yard line. This does seem like a team, Bomber, that is very comfortable once they have space to work with. It's when they get into the red zone, as so many teams struggle with, that the creativity seems to go away.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, you need to get time from your offensive line, but the windows become tighter, and Dak Prescott is just not comfortable making those throws. As you see the C route on the left side right there, Switzer pushes that even upfield even more because he knows it's only a one-high safety. Great job by Switzer. Great job for Dak recognizing that, but that's not where they usually struggle.
As Dak Prescott drops back on 1st and 10, looks underneath. It is complete. Trying to fight through the tackle is Payne, but he will be taken down to the 44-yard line. As Pride in the chat saying a score before the half would be big. Dark Knight saying game looks out of hand, but it's closer than what the score says. Actually, Dark Knight, I'd say it's exactly what the score says. It's 2 scores, 21-16, 21-6. It's a 15-point lead. 2nd and 4. Shotgun formation for Dak Prescott. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 over the left side. Very heavy box here. It's going to be Prescott dropping back to pass. And Ryan Switzer was left all alone on that out route. I don't know what that defense was, but it did not leave much help for Ryan Switzer over there as he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, it was a cover 3 match, which means the outside corners actually turned man on that. The drag ended up being wide open, too, because the receiver pulled the corner down the field. He could have walked for a 1st down. Instead, Dak goes with the trusted out route on the left side.
Handoff to Zeke Elliott on 1st and 10, and not a whole lot there. 2 yards on the play. Surprised they tried to run the ball there on 1st down, excuse me.
Ah, man, they're trying to get something here. This is dangerous waters here. 10 yards, 9 yards outside of the red zone. This is tough territory for the Dallas Cowboys. And if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan right now, get up. Go get yourself a glass of water. Something either great's going to happen or something bad's going to happen. I got a feeling in my bones right now. I feel like this is going to be a big play upcoming in this game.
30 seconds left. Dak Prescott drops back on 2nd and 8. Looks over the middle. It's complete. And there it is. Oh, Nostra Bomber with the call there. Touchdown, Cowboys. What a slick play from that stack on the left side. And stack equals Dak. Finding him and getting him into the end zone as the Dallas Cowboy gets a huge score before the half.
Yeah, I would like to know the Dallas Cowboys red zone stats. If anybody's in the game right now, I think them getting into the 20 might be even worse than them being slightly outside of it because this field just becomes so tight. and really their only hope is a cover zero blitz or a man coverage like what they just saw, and they're able to catch the ball, get to the sideline, turn it upfield. Big score, and there's some life here in AT&T Center. We're starting to hear the rumblings. Big-time divisional game, 4-1 Cowboys. We've seen this story before, but can they beat this big-time, prime-time New York Giants team? We'll have to find out, wait and find out for that, but it could start here. Maybe another big play.
Well, Dallas just hoping to get to the halftime without giving up another big play like they did on the last drive. Fortuitous bounce for the New York Giants as Kelly's able to take that one off of Odell Beckham's hands and into his own to the house. 1st and 10, it's going to be hand off to Marlon Petway. Good coverage on the edge, and New York looks comfortable going into the half, 21-13.
I got to point something out.
Sure.
I got to point something out. So I was curious about this. I said, if the Giants run the ball and pretty much concede to end this half, will the Cowboys call timeout to try to get the ball back with 23 seconds? And they didn't. So in my mind, I'm thinking, the Cowboys don't even want the ball back in this situation. Usually thinking ain't nothing good would come from it. But, you know, most teams who are offensive driven would call timeout there and say, heck, I'll take 22 seconds. Even with no timeouts, I can get a big play and get in the field goal range. It's just not in the forte of the Dallas Cowboys offense. Shout out to Forte, Matt Forte, former running back, Chicago Bears.
As the New York Giants can get the ball to start the second half. If you're the Giants, how are you feeling coming out of halftime? Is this a positive, up 21-13? You haven't really made any major mistakes. It's just been a relatively even battle today.
Well, you got a pick six on your defense. Your defense gives up one play at the end of the game. I mean, at the end of the half, and they end up taking it to the house. Nice run after catch for the Dallas Cowboys. If I'm New York, I'm feeling fine. I say, hey, man, look what we're up. We're up 8 points. That means this team has to score and get a 2-point conversion on us. Don't think it's going to happen. I'd be really happy with my guys right now if I'm New York, and I'd just be pushing confidence back into the locker room.
1st and 10 for the New York Giants. It's going to be Davis Webb in the shotgun. Petway to his left. 4 wide receivers, 3 over to the right side, 1 over to the left. Update, we got one other game going on right now. We'll get you that bonus coverage at the conclusion of this one. The Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Buffalo up 10-0 in that one. 1st and 10, throw over to the left side. How was that not picked off?
Wow.
How was that? What was the awareness of the underneath corner on that one?
Okay, so we had a conversation in the chat earlier. A couple guys were saying nobody knows what awareness or play rec does. I think when the ball goes right by your ears like that, we kind of have an idea of what it does. Check that, man. That's not great awareness right there. I didn't track the ball, didn't know where it was at. I would have gone on a limb to say not superior awareness probably from that guy.
Probably not. 2nd and 10 as Davis Webb drops back. Looks over to the left side. Odell Beckham gets hit as he tried to catch that one. It's incomplete. Jones hurt himself on the hit, though. Hey, Bomber, while we got a second, third quarter, we got to just mention and send best wishes to our friend, no longer at EA, Mr. Rex Dixon. Been a big friend of the NBL Network, has done a ton for the CFM community. Moving on to other ventures, but we hope nothing but success for Rex.
Yeah, a passionate man. Who we had the privilege of talking to and getting to know. Definitely a good guy for our community. Sad to see him go, but, I mean, he left his legacy. I mean, there is going to be a legacy that we're talking about, and at the very least, whether you agree or disagree with him, be happy that we actually got to have the conversation. You know, he put himself out there on Twitter, and even if you were on the other side, I don't like Madden, I don't like what's going on, I mean, it could be much, much worse as far as the communication lines. You know, at least we're getting feedback back. We're getting updates throughout the year. And you're getting constant feedback with the developers, and that all came along, as far as I know, from the Rex Dixon era. So that's something we can be appreciative of, and if they continue that, you know, there's always legacy stuff that is left behind as far as that goes.
Davis Webb looks underneath, completes to Sterling Shepard, but a good tackle made there at the 50-yard line. What a lot of people don't know about Rex, I know there's been a lot of talk about what it does at Madden. He was a major part of the gameplay team for NCAA 14, which I think in most people's minds might be the best football game ever made. But, you know, yeah, absolutely. And Rex, of course, did a ton of work for the CFM community for gameplay as the creative director of EA. Moving on to other ventures, so we from the NBL want to wish him the best and remind him it's the NBL Network, not the NBLN Network. Just a reminder, a parting gift from all of us here at the NBL Network. 2nd and 6 for the New York Giants. They're in midfield. Come out, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. It's going to be handoff to Marlon Petway right up the middle. Maybe a little obvious that they were running it with Petway, and so far Petway's been bottled up. 5 carries for 1 yard. You can't really blame him, though, because the offensive line hasn't created a whole lot of opportunities, and it seems like the Giants are being a little obvious when they're running the ball.
Well, let's also flip it a little bit. Let's take it from a different approach. The Cowboys defense is really geared towards stopping this run and kind of playing one-on-one in pass coverage. That's why we've seen Kelly, Shepard, and Beckham get so open right now. So let's see if they can continue this trend, shutting down Petway but giving up the passing attack.
Davis Webb, all kinds of time on 3rd and 7, and guess what? He's going to find Evan Ingram alone standing on the sidelines. This Dallas Cowboys defensive line is creating no pressure, and Evan Ingram is just eating up the sidelines as he comes up with another catch, his 3rd one of the day, and another one for first down.
Yeah, you see a 3rd and short, you hard flat, but only send 3-man rush, and 2 of those DNs were in contain. They were just trying to keep him inside the pocket. Davis Webb says, you know what, I'll sit in the pocket. I'll wait for one of my guys to sit outside of your zones. And that's exactly what happened. Easy first down, easy pitch and catch there for the New York Giants.
Davis Webb under center here on 1st and 10. Beckham split out to the left. Shepard split out to the right. Petway in the backfield. And on 1st and 10, Beckham coming in motion. Looks like they're going to hand it off to Marlon. Petway goes right up the gut and absolutely missed his hole as he runs right into a defender. Only going to gain 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8. And while we have a second here in the 3rd quarter, I want to remind everybody about our graphic sponsor, Web3KS.com, a big friend of the MBL network. They do a ton of graphics for all of our network shows. And if you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, hit up Web3KS.com. Let them know MBL sent you. All business will give you 15% off of your entire order. Web3KS.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. 2nd and 8 for the New York Giants. It's Davis Webb's under center, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Ingram down on the line. Petway in the backfield on 2nd and 8. It's a play action pass. Webb's looking deep down the right side. Looking for Ingram once again on a corner route. It's incomplete as that one thoroughly into the cheerleaders.
Yeah, it just got away from him just a little bit. Corner route there on the right side. Lobs it up. I like the beautiful touch. I like the idea. He was trying to lob it up and over the defense. Just put a little bit too much on it.
Porter in the chat saying, yo, Bomber. What's up, Ports?
What's going on, Porter?
Where did you get those graphics? 3rd and 8, throw over to the left side.
Is that where we're going with it?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. It's an old play from an old commercial that we had back on Commissioner Corner, I think everywhere, actually, for Web3KS.com. And, Porter, I'm glad I can entertain you in that way. I'm glad you entertained me, whatever week we played this year. Because, I mean, that was really entertaining.
Sub-Zero in the chat saying, if it thrown good, it would have been picked. That's
what did you think on the corner route?
Oh, I think on the OBJ catch there.
He
actually oh, no! Target passing got turned on. That's not how that works. I wonder if he was going for high pass or low pass. Because that's what ends up with me.
Okay, so the guy said it would have been a pick. I don't think so. If there was enough space on that corner, he was lobbing it. He put a little touch on it. Would have went up and over the defense. Now, if he had a bulleted it, there was probably an opportunity for the linebacker, Jalen Reeves-Maben, to turn around and try to make a play. Not really the greatest coverage corner. I think he's got 50s coverages, though. So I don't know if he actually would have made that play, but he was on him. It was good coverage. But you lob it up and over the top with no help over the top on a corner route where you got a man beat. There's always an opportunity for the offense to make a play there.
2nd and goal, shotgun formation for Davis Webb as he drops back to pass. He has the flat wide open and Sterling Shepard, but a good collapse there on the defensive side of the ball by the Dallas Cowboys, making sure he doesn't get into the end zone. Going to bring up a 3rd and goal. I do hate, Bomber, we've talked about it a couple times here on NBL Live. A cover 3 in the end zone is one of the worst defenses to call because the benefit of the cover 3 is it defends deep and over the middle. There is no deep inside of the goal line.
Got to question why they didn't hard flat there. They gave up the flat, gave up so many yards. Now you're 3 yards from the goal line. Now here's the opportunity still to run the ball. You want to take running the ball away from this team, but now it's right back in the fold here as they're just at the 3-yard line, and they're 3rd and goal here trying to score against the Cowboys.
Dallas needing a stop, 3rd and goal, looking into the end zone. Oh, it's almost picked off as it's batted back. One of the big old defensive linemen trying to make a pick, but it's going to bring up a 4th and goal as the Dallas Cowboys defense able to come up with a big stop as this field goal is going to be from the 3-yard line, a 20-yard attempt that is nailed to extend this to an 11-point lead, but nice job by Dallas to get a stop there and maybe give their offense a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, not bad. Not a bad situation here for the Dallas Cowboys. They can actually get down and score here. I say don't go for the 2. You're down 11. I get it. Get to 7. Now you're down 4. If you can hold them to another field goal, you're only down 7. That's how I could see them getting back into this game, but they got to score a touchdown here. We got to see them put 6 on the board, 7 on the board, actually. Don't chase the points just yet because I don't want you to be in a situation where if they kick a field goal after you fail that 2-point conversion, that now you have to score and go for 2 again.
Ninja Peel in the chat saying, hey, I'm just saying, I said Giants 27-13. We'll see if Ninja Peel can come up with another, with a perfect prediction.
That's a good prediction.
Sonny Weaver was trying to talk about Price is Right rules. I said it's either accurate, it's either right on the money or it's not on the money. As first and goal, handoff to Zeke Elliott over the left side, 3 yards on the play. Gonna bring up a 2nd and 7.
And what does he mean? Yeah, it's either on the money or not.
Because
there is no going over.
It was 26-12 and it was 27-13 and he predicted 26-12. He was like, I didn't go over. I said I didn't really care. It's close, but you know what they say? Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
They do say that. They do say that.
They of course being 85-year-old grandparents.
There you go.
Because nobody plays horseshoes. I don't think. I never played horseshoes. 2nd and 7.
I played it, but I'm from Texas.
You're from Texas.
Old people stuff.
There's a lot of old people in horseshoes in Texas. They don't have that in Michigan. We just have in Detroit gunfire and cars. That's all we have. Is
Wow.
He's gonna go down. Reggie Ragland. What? It's Detroit. What do you want from me? I live here. I can say it.
Corner route, cover 0, can't make the throw. I don't know what the hesitancy comes with Dak Prescott, and maybe it's because he's just not confident right now as far as with his line. Obviously, that cover 0 gets there really quickly. Landon Collins in the backfield really quickly, but, I mean, come on, Dak. It's a cover 0. You got 2 routes that are both corners. It's a quick look either side, who beat who, and just lob it up there and give your offense an opportunity to make a play. Don't end up on your back 3rd and 12.
Reggie Ragland with the sack, his 3rd one of the year. Prescott looks over the middle of the field. I could tell you from the beginning that was going to be an interception. And Landon Collins got some room on the right side as he'll go out of bounds at the 17-yard line. A big pick by Landon Collins and another turnover. Dak Prescott with another questionable throw.
Yeah, the Boo Birds are out right now in the AT&T Center, and the Cowboys, who are 4-1, Giants 6-0. It's looking like the Cowboys are going to be 4-2 unless their defense can just create a turnover here and keep points off the board.
By the way, that's Landon Collins' 7th interception on the season. Wow. And we are only 6 weeks in as Petway takes care of the left side.
A true ball hawk in the NBL. He's done a phenomenal job, but he can also cover. Not just zone cover, he can man cover. He's got the athleticism to stay with nearly any wide receiver in the league. He can blitz, he can help with the rush. I mean, this is a do-it-all safety. Definitely worth every penny that they paid him, and he's just a phenomenal player.
2nd and 9, play action pass, Webb rolling out, and Webb rolls out right into Willis, who brings him down for a sack. Oh, they're lucky Davis Webb's getting up from that hit, because that's no good. Bomber, I know how much you hate those plays with that green arrow that forces the quarterback to roll out.
Yeah, a little play action, strong boot. It puts him into that boot motion, and the defensive end takes advantage of it. 3rd and 19. Let's see if they play it safe here, and they just settle for the field goal, or they're going to try to push it down the field with the out route on the left side. You see him smart routing it.
It's Willis' 6th sack on the season. Looking deep. Oh, how does he not come up with that
Oh, my
pick?
gosh. Wow.
What is this? Dallas secondary is horrendous. I mean, seriously, that's another pick. That one, I'm just saying, I'm not an athletic fellow, and I could have basket caught that one and made sure that I looked it into the old hands. He's an NFL secondary and can't figure out how to look the ball into his mitts.
Maybe the bright lights got to him, got a little butterfingers right there. Who was that, actually? Was that Anthony Brown?
Yeah, it looked like it.
Was that who it was? Maybe we'll ask the chat and
somebody
see
saw
who it was. Well, that's a 68 catching. Still should make the catch. I mean, that's not that low. Or was it Byron Jones?
I'm just saying, JPP could have made that catch, and he doesn't have all his fingers. I'm just throwing it out there. As this return right up the middle to the 28-yard line. Dallas does hold New York to a field goal, which keeps it a 2-score game. That's important. But Dak Prescott's going to have to find a way to make some big throws here in the big time.
All right, Darce Knight in the chat saying, who was that throw intended to begin with? That was the out route that he threw too early. He threw the out route too early. He smart routed it on the left side. He got the one-on-one coverage that he liked, and he was looking to splice the out route on the left side, and what happens is he throws it too early, and he ends up throwing a streak.
Quick throw to the left side underneath. He's not going to get the first down, it doesn't look like. Look, that ball was firmly behind the line. It is indeed, but they'll get 9.5 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and short.
All right, that was Byron Jones. Byron Jones, yeah. Byron Jones has the lowest catch rating of anybody on his secondary at 62. So that makes you feel any better, guys. I mean, there's a lot of guys.
Why? How are you in the secondary with a 62 catch rating?
Well, that's why he plays defense, I assume.
That PAFK quick, and he's got a man wide open. That's Switzer. He's running down. Oh, what a juke move! Breaking ankles! Oh, there's your big play, Bomber, as the PAFK quick turns into a touchdown as Ryan Switzer showing off the moves. Put
Beckham? No! That was Ryan Switzer.
No Beckham involved in that play. There was no Beckham.
Oh, wow. That was phenomenal footwork.
Wow, if there was a football version of posterizing, that was it. Put them on the poster, because that was two defenders absolutely checking their ankles, and shockingly in this game those guys aren't injured, which the way this cycle has gone, you're surprised that they aren't coming away with an injury, a broken ankle or something. As a big hit on the return, and Dallas is flying high right now, Bomber. The confidence is flowing.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is the Giants are just going to get another big play, and they're going to be right back up 2 scores. But right now, that momentum pendulum just seems like it's kind of swinging to the Dallas Cowboys to kind of pull this upset. And I know they're at home, and you're thinking upset. How's this an upset? Well, if you watch this entire game, you feel the same way. In the chat right now, I believe it was Sub-Zero who said, we got to stop that fat lady from singing pretty much.
Yeah, she ain't singing.
A lot of time left.
As Davis Webb looks over to the right side, and inaccurate throw over there. As an update on our other game going on right now, AFC East battle between the Bills and the Patriots. Bomber, I think most would say Patriots favored in that game. A lot of people picking the Patriots to win that division. The Jets, also a team that they're looking at. Buffalo's up 20-3 in the third quarter.
I wouldn't count the Patriots out just yet. Still a lot of time left in that game.
Davis Webb rocking back on 2nd and 10. Trying to get some pressure. Oh wow. Man, dangerous. And Webb has, in the second half, he was, in the first half, he was really good, Bomber. Webb seemed locked in, was accurate. I think he completed his first 7 passes. He's now down to a 50% completion percentage right now.
Hey, he seems a little shook right now. I mean, ever since that bad throw that was almost picked in the end zone the last drive, now he throws one out of bounds. Right there, you see him make that throw, and you're thinking to yourself, he's really thinking this linebacker is going to kind of just give some space. It just didn't happen.
3rd and 10.
Biggest third down of the game.
Oh, this is a huge opportunity for Dallas to get the ball back down 7. Bunch formation, 3 to the right, 1 tight end on 3 to the left, 1 tight end on the right side of that formation. And Marlon Petway in the backfield. 3rd down, play action pass. Clean pocket, Webb waiting. He's going to take off. No, he's going to throw it, and he finds Odell Beckham all by himself. These 3-man rushes from the Cowboy Bomber, they are not helping anything. They've got him on contain, and they're getting no pressure and allowing these talented wide receivers to get open.
Yeah, and I'm starting to notice something with the Giants. A lot of out route, hot routing on 3rd down. It's kind of a tendency. You're going to see people in the league start picking it up. They're not going to respect it much as they run a nice little comeback there to Odell. Looks like he's gone.
Oh, he's just leaving.
He's gone.
Oh, yeah, no one's catching. Big 3rd down. Could have been an opportunity for the Dallas Cowboys, and instead, some questionable defensive play calling. Odell showing off the whip. Once again, the whip's now 2 years old. Just give some updated stuff. And the Giants back up by 14. I don't blame. I mean, the defense isn't playing bad, Bomber. It's not about bad play. It's just horrendous play calling that's giving Davis Webb 5-6 seconds in the pocket.
Yeah, okay, that's where you're going. That's where I'm at with it, too. You're not getting any pass rush to Davis Webb. On the early downs, 1st and 2nd down, what are we seeing? A rush Davis Webb making bad throws. A 3rd down, we're seeing scared play calling from the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys, and he's just essentially saying, hey, I'm going to drop my guys in the coverage, see if you can beat them. Well, Davis Webb goes, well, that's exactly what I wanted to do on 1st and 2nd. And yet here we are. On 3rd down, you got him into these 3rd and longs because of your aggressiveness, and then you just pull it away. It's very frustrating to watch if you're a Cowboys fan.
Well, and it is a common trend in the league. We've seen it from a lot of teams that sort of, I guess, cowardice to not run blitzes or bring pressure on 3rd down. They go, oh, it's 3rd down, I better play it safe. Well, these quarterbacks are pretty good, and they're picking apart these drop zone defenses on 1st and 10. Motion back and forth. He's back in his original spot as Dak Prescott dropping back on 1st down. Looks underneath. It's complete somehow, and he's able to get up to the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the play. Big 1st down for the Cowboys who need to score quick.
The little dig on the right side, a little in route was about to be wide open because the post route, which actually should have been open against the cover 2 zone, the outside linebacker decided to stay with the man, which left a gaping hole in the middle of the field, and that was the opportunity for Dak to step up in the pocket, drill it on the end, didn't make the read, went underneath, picked up a few, is happy about it.
Zeke Elliott's got some room on the left side, and he made the wrong cut. But he shakes off Eli Apple, shakes off a Nuddle Tacker, stays on his feet, fumbles the ball. It's going to stay with the Cowboys, but Zeke Elliott, who 4 seasons ago we would have said one of the best running backs in the league, has looked particularly inept today, and no bigger example than on that play right there that should have been 6.
Oh yeah, I didn't like the cut outside, but he fought to stay on his feet. I mean, I'll give him that. He was a tough bring down, but then he ends up fumbling at the end. A lot of questionable stuff here so far, but there goes Dak. He's got space.
He's got space. What, he fit through and he fumbles it, but it's picked up. He's gonna score. Well, if anybody was out there going, well, Madden hosed train with that tip drill touchdown for the Giants. Madden giveth and Madden taketh away. They give one right there. A scoop score. Zeke Elliott finding the end zone.
Yeah, a nice opportunity here for the Cowboys, too. They're within 1-score game right now. This is a team that really struggles to put points on the board. When you think of the Cowboys, you think 18 points per game and a defense that's only given up 16. Right now, the defense has already given up 34, and the offense has scored 27. This is out of their comfort zone. I don't know if they have any more points left in them.
I like to point out, Train in our group me just said, there's my makeup play. There it is, right there. For every one play that you go, man, I just got hosed by the game, don't worry, it evens itself. As now, hey, the Dallas Cowboys have another opportunity to get a big stop. Will the play calling change, Bomber, or will we see more of the same from the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, that's the question right now. Do they get aggressive right now? You know, you get aggressive, you risk that one big play opportunity that could really just end this game for you, which is Odell Beckham somehow getting loose. We've seen him do it on a curl route, but aggressiveness is what got you here, so you have to stick to it. It's what's keeping you in the game. Don't let off the gas on defensive on the Dallas Cowboys.
600 yards between the two teams of offense today. 1st and 10, shotgun formation for Davis Webb. As he drops back to pass on 1st down, looks over the middle. He finds Moffitt, but it's broken up. And once again, we saw on 1st down there, Bomber. They sent a little pressure on the left side. I know it's a cover 3 with only a 4-man rush, but they mixed up their defense and brought some rush on the left side, and it forced Davis Webb to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm okay with the 4-man rush. I think the defensive line for the Dallas Cowboys is good enough to get pressure. I'm upset when it goes to a 3-man rush, and the DNs are told just contain Davis Webb, keep him in the pocket, because he honestly, don't disrespect a man like this. This is the NBL Season 26 MVP. He can sit in the pocket and dice you up however you want it. You got to get pressure to this guy.
Watch that corner out to Ingram. That's where Davis Webb's going to be looking right away. Is on 2nd and 10. They bring the mid blitz. They find Evan Ingram on that corner route, and it was a great play there by Davis Webb getting rid of the ball before he got hit, and it's a big 1st down for the New York Giants.
Yeah, that's where he wanted to drive the ball. He saw the cover 0 heat coming. That's the quickest breaking route that he had out there. Unless he was going to the flat to the halfback, which is kind of a lazy break. You could get a linebacker jumping it. Nice read by Davis Webb, who trusts his speedy tight end.
1st and 10, handoff to Marlon Petway. He's got some room on the left side. Back. Flag down. As that looks like it's going to be holding back him up 10 yards. It is indeed. Where's Marlon Petway been today, Bomber?
Yeah, I
haven't seen him.
It hasn't been a lot, but it's like we said earlier, OSU, we talked about this. We said it just seems like the Cowboys defense is really gearing up on loading the box and stopping the run game and allowing the passing attack to have an option to go down the field if that's what you want to do. That's where the Giants have pretty much had their bread and butter so far in this game. But I got a question.
Sure.
At what point do you decide, hey, maybe this Giants offensive attack is kind of beating us in the air? Let's get some some defensive plays that are going to stop the pass. Those are the questions I'm asking you right now.
2nd and goal, throw over to the right side on a corner route.
Again.
It's going to back him up again.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
the
same guy.
It'll matter,
Justin Britt once again. 1st and 30 now.
Yeah, and you want to know where this is all coming from? This is all coming from pressure. You're putting pressure on an offensive line that's pretty gassed. The defense is fresh. They're rotating players in and out, and they're sitting heat, and this offensive line is starting to sweat. I mean, you got 330-pound hogs out there, and they're getting a little tired.
Play action pass on 1st and 10. Davis Webb looking down the field, looking over to the left side. Couple guys over there, and they're able to break that ball free from Evan Ingram. It's going to bring up a good old 2nd and 30. And, folks, a reminder, we've got some bonus coverage going right now. We may flip over to that one at the end of this game. And also a reminder about that NBL Live Player of the Game. We'll have that Player of the Game selection at the end of the broadcast. Here for broadcast number 210 of NBL Live. You can check out all of our NBL Live Player of the Games on our website, 365.maddenbomberlink.com, under the NBL Live tab. It's Project Fat joining us in the chat. What's going on, Fat? S.The Game also joining us. As on 2nd and 30, deep pass for Davis Webb.
Wow. Just a dot for a 1st down. You back them up. And then they just slice and dice you. It's like, okay, I got to go 10 yards. I can go 10 yards. Oh, now it's 20. I can go 20. You want me to go 30? Let me see what I can do.
What is this?
Gets it down the field.
What's the safety doing over there? Yeah, he did make sure that Odell Beckham didn't get 34 yards on the play. He only got 31. Great job there, Tonto. Real great defense on the left side. The soft coverage getting beat once again. That's where Odell Beckham ate in their game against the Washington Redskins. Soft coverage does not go well against these talented wide receivers. 1st and 10 as Davis Webb's going to drop back to pass on 1st down. They're content to keep throwing the ball.
Beautiful.
He's going to lob it over to the right side to Kelly, who comes up with another big catch, and they're inside the 15-yard line. This Dallas defense, boy, these aren't Cowboys. These are looking like a bunch of little kids playing in cowboy outfits. The Giants making them look silly.
Yeah, and on that play to Odell Beckham deep down the field, I would have used it on. I would have switched on there and tried to make a play because I know Odell's agility and athleticism is going to cut him to the ball before my defender. And right there, nice touch there by Davis Webb finding a crossing route. He had a quick out against man coverage, didn't get the separation he really liked. So he lobs it up there and allows his receiver a little bit more time to get underneath the ball.
1st and 10, look for the corner route. Yep, there it is, touchdown. You think after they have been able to run that corner out on the right side 4 or 5 times, somebody would try to defend that a little harder. Yeah,
a lot of man coverage here, a lot of cover 0 against this team, and we're not seeing enough usering against the man coverage. Kind of questionable play call here for the Cowboys, who are now being asked to score over 40 points. A team that only scores 18 points per game is now being asked to score over 40 to win this game. Defense really let them down today. Only gave up 16 points per game coming into this game. And what happened here? What went wrong that you gave up 27 points already, more than what you had given up before? Or excuse me, what is it? 20? I don't know, 25? 25 more points. 25 more points than you normally give up. That's just too much right now for the Dallas Cowboys defense.
As it looks like the Dallas Cowboys are going to start off at the 19-yard line. They need their offense to get them another quick score, and they need a miracle, Jesus, something like that, a fortune cookie to Freaky Friday themselves into the New York Giants team, because right now that Cowboys defense is been eaten up by Davis Webb and the offense. Now Dak Prescott comes out. Pistol formation, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. They're going to run the ball with Zeke Elliott over the right side, and that's going to get him a balmy 1 yard. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, what I like about Zeke is he continues to move his feet. I just don't know if the vision's there for him today. It just seems like he has made a lot of questionable cuts, stayed inside when he should have bounced outside, bounced outside when he probably should have stayed inside. We saw it throughout the game. Now, right now, we're looking at this team, and we're thinking, okay, Dallas, let's see a big play.
Prescott dropping back on 2nd and 10. He's got the post route on the right side, but see right there, Bomber right there. That's the play. Cover 2 should be beat by the post route. How do you combat that? He switched to user the safety as the ball was let go and comes up and makes a hit on the post route.
Yeah, and also Dak Prescott led the ball up the field. He should have.
That's true.
He saw the safety there. He had it open. Lead him to the open space. Left stick to the left and lead him to the space. Why he turned that pass upfield just to essentially shrink the space that you had. You allowed the safety to get back into the play. He user on, took up even more space, but it was open. You could have left sticked it to the left. He led it upfield. That's what hurt him.
Also, I don't really know why the Giants are running cover 2s here when New York needs, or when the Dallas is going to be pushing the ball down the field. But, you know, I digress. Is that throw? It's picked off, and a nice user play right there. And who else, Bomber? But the guy who I think may be one of the top 5 defensive players in the league, Reggie Ragland, once again.
How much do we talk about him?
Oh, my.
Phenomenal.
He had a sack earlier today. He has an interception. I'm going to throw up those stats one more time. Right there, there they are. That is now his 5th interception, his 3rd sack today, and he is all over the field making plays for this Giants defense that, Bomber, we don't talk a whole lot about the New York Giants defense. We talk about how explosive their offense is, but the defense doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I think we talk about the offense because they have the superstars, and those are the guys that everybody likes to talk about. Those are the fun guys to talk about, but down in the trenches on the defensive side, the defensive line, the linebackers, Reggie Ragland, we bring him up. But people really don't end up the game going the next day and say, man, look how great Reggie Ragland played. But we've seen him since the Super Bowl days of the New York Giants. He's been a phenomenal player for this linebacker core. Eli Apple looked phenomenal today. Landon Collins looked great. I mean, top to bottom, this defense is just as exciting and explosive as the offense.
Update on the bonus coverage game. Bomber, we will not be flipping over to that. Minute 53 to go in the game. Buffalo's up 26-3.
Oh, wow.
Patty Mahomes has only thrown for 96 yards and 2 interceptions. Not good over there, as they're throwing it still, and Dallas is going to pick this one off. New York has Marlon Petway, and they're still throwing the ball here with 2 minutes to go. Questionable, to say the least.
Yeah, very questionable. You had the read on that is you have the cover 2 zone. You got the post route from the tight end with the fullback coming on a Texas route, an angle route at the backfield. That's what you're looking. Put pressure on that middle linebacker. He's going to stay with that post and essentially try to take it away because it is a cover 2 zone. That's where you would split it. Or is he going to stay home for the angle route? That's where you should have been looking. Instead, he looks to the curl that he flipped the play, which was on the left side, and he gets picked up. Very head-scratching call and throw there.
Everyone in the chat questioning why they're throwing the ball there with the 2-minute warning coming up, as it's complete underneath. Eli Apple making a rather pathetic attempt at a tackle there. Just a little bit short, but they'll get the first out up to the 33-yard line. Dallas, not a whole lot of life, Bomber, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely. The Cowboys right now have to be proud of the performance they put on at the end of the day. They might drop the 4-2 here, most likely will. Our offense put up 27 points, and they scored one of the best of them.
He looks underneath and completes it to the 36-yard line. Only going to gain 3 on the play. They got to push it down the field and try to get a score quickly. As a reminder, these two teams do play each other one more time, and it's in 2 weeks. So no rest for the weary here. It's on 2nd and 8. Prescott looks over to the left side. Oh, what a nice throw over to Ryan Switzer. Boy, Switzer has been so good today, Bomber. A wide receiver we haven't talked about a whole lot, but he has been solid, has been their main target, and has come up with some huge catches.
Yeah, he sure has. His trusted hands here for Dak Prescott. As I said, one of the only receivers to go over 1,000 yards in a season for the Dallas Cowboys this cycle was Ryan Switzer. He was their number 1, and maybe that's part of the issue. He's more like a number 3 talent-wise, but they've been having to use him wide right, and we haven't looked at our player to watch. I mean, where has our wide receiver been? Where has Payne been, number 80? He has not made the plays down the field.
1st and 10 play-action pass for Dak Prescott as the pressure gets there, and he throws it to who else but Landon Collins, his 2nd pick of the game. And Lord, this should seal that one, as we'll just throw up. Actually, that's Jordan Willis. We don't need those stats. Let's see who else we got here. I think we got Landon Collins somewhere. It's one but. Jordan Willis really not a big factor. Had 1 sack on the day. There's Landon Collins right there. Had 2 picks today. That gives him 8 on the season, Bomber, and we are now finishing the 7th week. Unbelievable at what Landon Collins has been able to do at the strong safety position.
Yeah, 8 picks in 7 weeks. You got to think he's going to cool off some point, but I just don't see it happening. This is a guy, he's just everywhere. They put him in the robber. He comes down and sits in the yellow. He's dropping back into deep coverage. He's coming on the blitz. They got him going hard flat on cover 3s at times. I mean, pretty much is all over the field. They disguise their coverages so well. He's definitely somebody to watch down the stretch, as he has an opportunity to break that interception record. You can find our single-season records on 365.maddenbomberleague.com.
Yeah, you can also, by the way, pick up one of our new Gold Standard t-shirts. I'll show you one of those.
$25, and that includes shipping. You're ordering them from Chino's 693 Graphic Design. No profits coming to the NBL. Some people are asking that. Does any of the money go back to the NBL? No, this is just a third-party startup company of a friend that we know. He used to do graphics for us. Is doing this. He does good quality, and he ships very quickly. So quick, good quality, and on the back you can get them custom made. October just got his in. He got a hoodie. It said "Live by the hit stick, die by the hit stick" on the back.
Love it.
Cool little phrases that you can do and little things like that that don't cost you an extra penny. Very nice, very nice. Hoodies, I believe, are what are they? $55 or $45?
Yeah,
something like that.
25 for the t-shirts, 45 for the hoodies, I believe.
Yeah, 45 for the hoodies, 25 for the t-shirts. And,
it's on 365.maddenbomberleague.com under the merch tab. Yeah, big shout out to our friend Chino over there as the New York Giants win this one 41-27. Yeah, as Bomber said, none of those proceeds go into the NBL, all go into Chino. We just love his work. He's been a friend of the network, making some great t-shirts for us. So get your hands on one of those. Fully customizable. It is absolutely amazing, and we appreciate all that Chino does for the NBL network. It's time for our selection for our NBL Live Player of the Game for broadcast number 210. Bomber, a couple of suggestions in the chat. Davis Webb would not go with Davis Webb as he sort of faded late in the game and got a couple fortunate bounces there. For me, Landon Collins had 2 picks. He was huge. Reggie Ragland, a pick and a sack. Defensively, that's where I would go. I would go with one of those 2 teams, but one of those 2 players. But Bomber, if you got another suggestion, throw it my way.
Yeah, I'm definitely for Landon Collins. I think he had a good game. Reggie Ragland had a good game.
Eli
Davis
Apple
Webb
had a
looked
great
good
game.
at parts. Eli Apple at the beginning was really strong. But I say we go with we go with Landon Collins on the defensive side of the ball. He just seemed everywhere with 2 picks now, leading the league with eight interceptions on the season. Phenomenal day for Landon Collins. Broadcast number 210 on NBL Live.
Yeah, big shout out to Landon Collins. He'll be our NBL Live player of the game. For broadcast number 210, you can find all of our player of the game selections on our website, 365.maddenbomberleague.com. Before we get out of here, as we do at the end of every broadcast, let's show you that NBL Live schedule coming up. This game was taking place of the Ravens and Panthers, so we go to Week 8, and an interesting matchup, Bomber. The Los Angeles Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers known as one of the best drafters, owner-player, one of the best drafters in the NBL. The Rams with quarterback A.J. Baggs still alive in the NFC West because of, frankly, how bad it is out there. 2 teams we don't get to see too often on NBL Live, and we get to see them in a Week 8 matchup. Yeah,
I like to see A.J. Baggs. I like to see Greenway for Tampa. I think there's a lot of good things with both of these teams. Let's see if they can perform on the big stage. It'll be broadcast number 211 for the next week, Week 8. Really excited to see these 2 teams play.
Should be a great matchup. Follow us on Twitter at Bomber League so you know each and every time we go live, we post it there. Or you can just hit that subscribe button, that follow button. Both of those will let you know when we go live. Probably, for all intents and purposes, we'll be looking on Sunday night, presumably. But be sure to give us a follow on Twitter. Great game once again here on NBL Live. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. A pleasure as always, Bomber. For my co-host, Bomber, I'm OSU. Once again, your final score. The New York Giants stay undefeated. They win 41-27 over the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see you next week for Buccaneers and Rams right here on NBL Live.